Mills, and I'm at Microsoft Ignite in Atlanta. I am a Director of Product Management with Avanade, and I'm here at the Power of Three booth. And I wanted to share with you one of the platforms that we work on. It's called the Accenture Cloud Platform. And it's really a portal that we've built to help better manage all of our clients' cloud resources. And one of the features that we built in is something called a Cloud Service Publishing Wizard, where we can take templates, for example, an ARM template, and make it easy to create a new workload and publish that in a catalog. So if I want to order something like a web application that has some Redis cache, I can import that, and then I can actually map friendly questions to the technical configuration of this workload. And I'll go through and add some standard things like, what project I want this to be deployed to, and some charge code information. And then I'm going to pick an Azure account because I want this to be deployed to Azure, and then I have some subscriptions associated with it. So this stuff is all really straightforward, but when you get down here and you figure out, I want to configure the Redis cache, how should this thing scale? Sometimes people don't know all the answers to those questions if they're in the native portal. So I can ask some questions like, what do you want to name this web app? And I'm just going to call it something really easy. So this can be like, this will be the Dave app because it's my app. And then what would I want to name my cache? I'll call it Dave Cache. So really straightforward. And then one of the questions here is, how many mobile devices do I expect to be connected to this web application? Is it going to be less than 500? Is it going to be more than 500? That's a pretty easy question for someone to answer. I'm going to say less than 500. And if you can see, it starts to make some of the choices like the SKU name and the capacity and some of the technical configuration that somebody might not understand right off the bat. And then it asks me whether I want this environment to be used for dev and test, or is it going to be something that's going into production? And I'm going to say, yeah, it's development and test, and that's going to give us a basic SKU and make some of those technical decisions for us based on how I want to use it. I can also then create a resource group to put this into, or I can deploy it into an existing one. I'm going to go ahead and deploy it into an existing one called Best Test Tools. That's something that I've already created. And then all I have to do is just go ahead and submit that order, and it gets created for me. So once again, I've taken an ARM template. It's been imported on the back end. I map the technical configuration to friendly questions so that when the user goes in there, they just answer those friendly questions and it gets configured automatically. So just one of the ways that we're making publishing things and managing things in cloud easier for our clients. Now, once you get things up and running in the cloud, oftentimes it's easy for you to go over on your spend or over on your consumption, or you can also end up with resources that go running forever. They're not being fully utilized. So we built in an analytics capability to the Accenture Cloud Platform. So we're actually pulling in data from the native cloud platforms. We allow you to create tags with metadata that's in a central location. We can also sync up those tags with the tags that you might have already in Azure for resources that we discover there or other cloud platforms. And then you can look at how those resources are being used. You can look at things like public versus private cloud consumption. You can look at the costs associated with running resources in different clouds. You might have set quotas either from a total VM usage standpoint or total spend standpoint, and we can notify you via email when you're getting to 80% of that allotment, and then you also get a notification when you've reached 100%, and then it won't let anybody go over that limit that you set. So just some of the data and information that we're pulling through in this platform that helps you manage this in one place and keep control on those costs and make sure that you're efficiently using the resources that you have. Thank you. I have a really bright blind spot because I looked at the light several times, so I actually